Well, friends, I'm afraid I have to start with some very bad news. Cablinc, you see, is in terrible shape, really bad shape. It's actually a crisis, really. If you listened, you heard Anna earlier today share all the struggles that they're having with communication and collaboration. And at this point, it's gotten so bad that it really is jeopardizing the company's existence. We're not sure if they're going to be able to continue on or not. But no fear, our hero in the story here, Anne McClear, she has gone out and she's scoured the internet, she's talked to experts, and she's learned as much as she can, and she has found a tool that is going to save Cablinc. The tool she found is called MangoApps, and she has deployed MangoApps at Cablinc in an effort to save the company. And today I'm going to invite you to follow along with me as we go through a day in the life with MangoApps. We're going to follow 3 different employees in 3 different divisions at Cablinc, and we're going to see how they go about their day using MangoApps. So let's begin. So first we're going to follow Anne McClear, and we're going to see what she does here. So when she comes in the morning, she comes into their intranet here powered by MangoApps. She's going to log in. And the first thing, she lands on the company dashboard here, and she's going to look around. And this is the top-down push of information out to the company. So she likes to browse through this when she gets in the morning, and she looks through different things here. You're going to see some familiar faces in here. These are some of the leaders of the company, and they had some video messages that they wanted to share. So employees can come in and play those if they want. They'll stream right in line. But Anne really wants to look at the news and announcements because Anne is in communications, and she's curious to see what people are looking at. So she reviews these, and she can see how many views each of these announcements has already received. And if she clicks on any of these, she can open it up and look at the announcement here. And she can even see who are these 493 people that have viewed this announcement already. Let me click on that, she says. I want to see who those people are that are looking at this announcement. And she'll browse through it. And she can even see here that Joseph Axe viewed this announcement from his iPhone. So it's interesting to her to see how the news is being consumed around the company at Cablinc. And she can export that if she wants to. But she's going to close out of that for now and continue on. Anne remembers that she wanted to push out a post to all employees about this new turkey factory that's opening. There's been some rumors that have been circling around the company about the factory. Some of it is false information. So she created a post that she wants to share, and she wants to push it out today, right now. So she's going to come in here to her drafts of her posts. It's where she can create posts and stage them, and when she's ready to push them, she can come in here and grab it and push it. She goes through all her drafts, and she found, here's the one she wanted to see, which is this one about the new turkey factory that's opening this year. And she opens up this post, and she's going to look it over again to make sure it's all accurate and everything that she wants to have here. She also has some settings over here. She can make it a must-read and even require people to acknowledge it. But this is not a policy or a procedure that she might want an acknowledgement, so she's going to leave that unticked. She could also make it an announcement if she likes, but she's going to go ahead. She's ready, so she's going to go ahead and publish this post. So let's publish. This post was successfully now published out to everybody in the organization, and it's going to get pushed real time out to everyone's news feed, also out to their mobile devices, so everyone in the company is going to see that. She wants to look through and see what else is happening around the organization. Her newsfeed is going to show everything that's relevant to her in the organization. She sees her post here that she just pushed out, and she can continue through, and she can see everything else that's happening around the organization that might be relevant to her, because these are all happening in teams and groups and projects she's a part of. She sees here that James posted an update in this project that Anne had created called New Turkey Factory. And so she sees that, and she wants to make sure that she comes back and is able to read this later. So she's going to pin it. She has a pin over here, and she's going to say, I'm going to pin this as read it later. And what that does, she's just going to verify when she comes back to the top here that it got added to her pinned stream here. And so she's going to click there, and there it is. So this is her feed where she can come back to any of those feeds that she's pinned and be able to easily access them and easily read them again. So she also wants to, Anne is getting ready to go on holiday next week. She's going to be gone for a week. And when this happened last time, when she was sick and she was out for a week, all work stopped on this new turkey factory because all the communication was going through Anne. Everything was stored in Anne's email folders. All the files were just stored in her email folder. Nobody could do any work while she was away. So what she's done, she's going to go to the search box here and just find that turkey team that she created. There it is, and she's going to click on it. She wants to check on this team and make sure everything is there. All the information is there, so when she's out for a week next week, the team can still continue to work without any problems at all. So she's come in here to the turkey team here, and she sees all the information in here. She's going through the discussion wall. There's the feed James just posted. She sees all the team members. She wants to make sure she's included and invited in all the relevant people. She's even invited in a few people from the outside. These are consultants that are working with them on helping to open this factory. So she includes them in this project as well. She realizes maybe there's one more file she forgot to give them. So she's going to go to the files area for this team, and she's going to add another file here. So if I minimize for a bit here, I'm going to access my desktop. She wants to come here and she wants to upload a new file, because she wants everyone on the team to have access to it while she's out. She goes to her desktop and opens her folder, and it was this, actually a couple of these proposals here. She wanted to make sure the team had access to those. So she's going to drag and drop those over and add them to the team here. And she's added those files, and she might even add a little turkey tag too, so they can be easily found later. She doesn't want to, she's going to leave this do not notify. She doesn't want to push a new feed into everybody's news feed that a file got uploaded. So she's just going to say done and not notify. She just wants to make sure they're here, and here they are. So she's added the two new files in here. So now everything is here. Everything's in the team. They have everything they need. So she's just going to post an update to the team here and say, team, out next week. Please continue without me. Everything is here. How's my spelling? So she's going to share that. Maybe she's even going to add a little emoji or emoticon too, because she's going to be on holiday for a week. And she's going to share that with the team. So that now got pushed to the team real time, to their news feed and also to their mobile device. And so Anne feels good that she can leave on holiday for a week, and work is going to continue in the turkey project. So let's log out with Anne, and let's follow a different person at Cablinc. So I'm going to come out, and now we're going to follow David, who is an engineer at Cablinc. So let's log in as David. He's one of the newer, younger engineers. Okay, so now I've come in as David. And David does the same thing when he gets there in the morning. He starts on the company dashboard. He wants to see the information that the company is pushing out to him. So he'll review the dashboard as well for the content that's there. And then after he does that, he's going to go to his news feed also to see what's happening around the organization that's relevant to him. And so he scrolls through his news feed. He sees here this new post that Anne just put out. So he's going to give that a like. He has some options here, but he's going to give that a like. And he's going to continue through his news feed here, and he can see everything that's happening around the organization that's important to him and relevant to him, and he can decide what he wants to like in here or pin. But he's going to come back. He did see this feed here that he actually posted himself into the engineering forum, and this was a question that he posted, and so he wants to dig into the engineering forum to learn more, to go a little bit deeper with that. So, and he just won a badge. Great. So he goes into the engineering forum, and this was set up because there was one of the challenges at Cablinc was the senior engineers and the junior engineers were not communicating at all, and the senior engineers would retire with all their knowledge, and the young engineers weren't able to obtain any of it. So they've created a forum where they can all connect in here. And so he can look down here and see who the members of the team are, and so he sees everyone that's in here. And David posted a question here, and he's coming in here and he's looking and he's seeing that he's gotten some activity around it. So what's happened here, Harold has come in and he's answered it and told him the correct answer is A. And Harold's even said, feel free to stop by my office. I'm happy to explain further. And Harold is one of those senior engineers. So he's going to take him up on that. Let me come back to the engineering forum. He can also see in here that Jeremy came in and added a comment as well and shared a link, and it grabbed a preview. Jeremy's a retired engineer, but they've included him anyway because now he can still share his information. He can share his knowledge, and as retired, they can log in as well when they have time, and you might get some knowledge from them as well. And as he scrolls down, he sees that Harold also added a document in here that tells him it has some good information. So he's gonna click on that document. He wants to look at it. So he just clicks on it, and it's going to open up right here in his browser. He hasn't downloaded it. He can just browse right through the entire document right here in his browser with the built-in viewer. And so he's scrolling through the document and remembers that Harold said something about where to look in this document. So he's going to expose the comments for the document. And so he can see over here, what did Harold said, see the diagram and specs of cooling coils. So he can leave those comments available here as he scrolls through and finds here it was, the cooling coils and the diagrams. And he says, okay, that's good information. So he reviews that, and then he cancels out of that. What he's going to do now, he's going to go ahead and accept the answer from Harold because he told me answer A is correct, and Jeremy agreed with that, so I think that's probably right. So he's going to accept the answer, and what that does, it leaves it right at the very top of the feed and puts a check mark next to it. So anyone else that reviews these questions later, if there's a long conversation, the best answer comes right to the top. And he's also going to reply to Harold and say, I'll come right up. Why wouldn't he? A chance to learn from the senior engineer and develop a relationship. He's going to do that. Okay, so David's excited about this because in the past he had no real way to connect with Harold. He was too intimidated to go up to Harold's office, and he would never email that question directly to Harold. It wouldn't be appropriate. But now with the engineering forum, he's able to post in there, and he doesn't know which engineer knows the answer, but whichever one does will respond, just as Harold has done. And now he's able to form. That was opened a relationship between the two of them. He's going to go up to his office, and he's going to have a conversation. So David feels good about his day already because he made a new connection with Harold, and he may end up being a mentor for him. So the last person that let's follow today is Joe, one of the factory workers. So and we're going to have to view that on the mobile device because Joe does not have a laptop or a desktop. That on his mobile device. Okay. All right. So Joe is on break in the factory, and so he's gonna log in to their MangoApps network so he can see what's going on at the company. So he finds the app on his mobile device, could be his personal device, and he's going to click here to open the app. And he can do the same thing that the others have done. He can browse through the company dashboard page to see all that information that was shared there as soon as we refresh. So he does that. He looks through the dashboard, and he can browse through the same content that the other employees were seeing on their desktop. He has access to it right here on his mobile device, and so he can look through and he see everything that's in here. He can even look at Luis's video or Paul's video as well. He can watch all of those right here from the mobile device. And then he does the same. He also then goes into his news feed, and he sees he has a number of new items here in his news feed. So he's going to click on his news feed, and he can scroll through and see all the different content that's in here. The very first one he sees is this post that Ann just put out about the new turkey factory that's opening. And he's interested in that because there's a lot of rumors that have been going around that once that factory opens, the other ones will probably close and I'm going to lose my job. And the factory workers were talking about that at lunch just yesterday. And so he says, okay, let me look at this post and see if I'm getting fired. And so he goes through and looks through the post, and he realizes in here, and Ann did a good job of putting it in bold because he knew it was a concern, that this new factory, it's telling him, is going to be for additional capacity. And in bold it says there'll be no layoffs in other factories. We're going to continue as is. And Joe says, wow, that's great. I thought I was getting fired. Everybody at lunch told me I was getting fired, and we were all getting fired. And so what Joe does is he says, okay, I'm going to share this because the other guys, their information was wrong, what they were telling me. So he goes to this post and he's going to grab the link. Right there you can say get link. And he's copied the link to that post. He's right from here from his mobile device. And he's going to come back, and down here at the bottom he can share this. And so he's going to click on that, and he has a number of ways that he can share that right from his mobile device. He could share it with an entire team of people, but he's going to choose, he only has a couple of people he wanted to share it with, so he's going to go here to send a message. He's going to send a private message because he just has a couple of people that he wants to send it to. And when he comes in here, he's able to choose who he wants to send it to. One of them he wants to send to is Joseph Horvath, who is a factory worker in Slovakia, who was telling him that we were all getting fired. And he could share it with others as well if he wants, just by adding additional names here. And then maybe he'll share it with Adam as well, and he's going to say done. And now he's going to paste the link that he copied in here, and he's going to say no layoffs. Read this. Okay, and he's going to hit send here at the top right. Okay, so he's now sent a link to that post in case they didn't already see it. It went into their news feed too, but he's just going to say send it to make sure that they see that post. So, and then his break's over, so he has to go back to work, but he feels good because now he knows he has his job, which is different than what everyone else had told him. So we followed 3 different employees here very, very quickly. We followed Ann, and we found that she was able to push information out to the company. We found that she was able to create a team for that turkey factory, so when she goes out, the team can continue to work. We also followed David, who is a junior engineer, and we saw how he could use the tool to engage a relationship with a senior engineer that never would have happened without the tool. And now he has a way to get knowledge from those senior engineers. And then we followed Joe, who was able to dispel rumors that were going around the company just by, on his break, flipping through the news feed, and he was able to share that with other employees to squash those rumors that were happening. So at this point, I think we can effectively conclude that MangoApps has saved the company. They will be able to continue in existence. So I will end here, and I will thank you for joining me in following a day in the life of MangoApps.